just got really intense. There was one time in primary school where we made these sheeps for Easter.
Sheep.
Yeah, like sheeps.
Okay.
You know what a sheep, is?
Ba?
Yes, ba.
Okay.
Very good. We made sheeps.
little
We put we glued like cotton balls and stuff.
Yeah. Wait, what grade was this?
Probably like 4.
Okay.
It's probably. It feels like that's too old to be doing that.
It feels a little old for that.
But
Whatever. Yeah.
and the idea was we had our name in the middle and we stuck it up on the wall at the end of class,
Okay.
right? And one of the girls complained and told a teacher, somebody has drawn on my sheep. Like they've graffitied it, they've vandalized
tarnished it, yeah.
Yes, right? So the teacher said, we are not leaving for the whole lunchtime until somebody comes forward.
Yeah.
At the end of this...
You could say you needed a scapegoat.
Escape sheep.
Yes, thank you. And the worst part was she kept us all in and was like grilling us, like walking down the rows of the class, telling us off.
Interrogation.
Sounds like Trunchbull from Matilda.
Yes.
From Matilda.
The
She's gonna
trunch.
make everybody eat the cake.
And the worst part at the end of it was the person who complained, said to the teacher, oh, you know what? Maybe it was me who did it. And the teacher was like, well, what the hell? You guys can go enjoy the last 5 minutes of your lunch. And like that, for the rest of the year, people did not like that girl very much.
Yeah, no shit.
Do you reckon she just, like, you know what? She goes, I'm getting punished for this too. Just like everybody else. That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's bad
maybe
teaching.
it wasn't her and she just felt bad. I don't know, but we never found out
She
anyway.
was just the fall guy.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was the scape sheep.
What about you, Tom? You a detention boy?
I had a detention, I think once, maybe or twice.
Yeah.
But my detentions were usually from like if you had like demerit points or like infringements.
Yep.
Where if you get like 3 infringements, you get a detention after school on a Wednesday or something.
So you
like
guys had a 3-strike policy.
that. Yeah, I think it was 3 strikes
That's
or
pretty
4
generous.
strikes. And it was like,
Was there ever a case where you got like 3 strikes like immediately?
but it's like small things. It was just get in there now. No, it was like 3 strikes for like if your shirt was untucked or your top button was undone.
Yeah.
Basically like
they're-
uniform.
They're bullshit ones.
Bullshit ones.
We had those in high school where it's like if your uniform was not in place, whatever it
Yeah.
is, they can give you like a
It's called a penalty write-out.
page whatever it was. Yeah, penalty write-out.
Yeah.
You have to just write a whole page of text from like the diary, like the uniform thing.
Yeah.
That was a pain in the dick.
Well, this was just like 3 strikes and you get a detention. And I think the 2 times that I'd done it was like you go in and you can't do homework that you have to do. You have to do a specific task that's basically just to waste your time.
Pretty much like a penalty write-out.
Yeah, exactly. And it was always like, read this article on hair. It was like a scientific article on like hair follicles and stuff
It
like
was
that.
always hair.
It was like both times it was the same article I had to read. I wish I, like,
Is this because like you had like facial hair that's out of control? Or...
No. It was just like maybe you learn a thing or two about hair and then you'll shave it. It was like just a random thing that they would be
Weird.
like.
They just they're going through like the age
It's
that
like a
day
photocopy
or
of like a
newspaper.
science book or
That's
something like that.
pretty bizarre,
And they're
though.
like, study this and then write about it. And then that's all you have to do till 5. And you give it to the teacher and they'd probably just throw it away.
Yeah,
They wouldn't
yeah.
read it or mark it. It was just a matter of to occupy your time.
Oh, with our penalty write-outs, when I'd get them, because you had to copy it verbatim,
Yep.
I would skip whole paragraphs.
Yeah.
Because they would never read it. They'd throw it straight in the bin in front of you.
Of course.
As a, like, almost like to spit in your face. And
Yeah.
you're like, you wasted your time.
Yeah.
And then I'm not even going to look at it.
It means nothing to me.
Yeah, so I used to skip chunks of text and I never got in trouble for
start
it.
writing like shit about the teacher.
That was always a trick.
We
yeah.
never had a teacher who memorized the penalty write-outs. So we were
yeah,
okay.
yeah, right. It's like I
Exactly.
pledge allegiance to the flag.
Yes, yes.
Not word for word.
Yeah.
But like that was the only time. It was never anything like full on or bad. But
Yeah.
this person here, it seems like they had enough warnings.
They had enough warnings. Look, the teacher gave him a fair amount of warning. It's not like
And now he's like, oh, but
Wait a
now
second.
I think I need another chance.
yeah, no,
A 4th chance.
there's no more chances. You got the detention. Now that should be the lesson you learn.
I think he has learnt it now, though, because
Yeah.
he's deterred by it. So if he doesn't want to experience that again,
yeah,
he just
exactly.
doesn't do it again.
You know what? He's deterred from crime. I think the teacher's done the right thing.
Right, yeah.
That's the
Scared
point.
straight.
That is the
Scared
point of
straight.
it. That's the point of detention. It's supposed to be something that's like so like
I feel sorry for the Yeah, it's meant to be.
something that you just be like, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Like that was a waste of time.
I feel sorry for the teachers that are like they got shit students, whatever it is, and it's like I gotta sit here till 5 anyway.
yeah, right. They got to hang back and do detention.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I had to stay in that lunchtime, it's like this teacher's like missing out on her lunch because
Yeah.
it's like
See, the funny thing, detention in our high school wasn't bad. I got sent to there a few times. And a lot of time you just sat in a classroom and I just did my homework while I was there.
That's all right.
Like,
It's
it was
like a
fine. I was
like
like,
a
I'm
study
going to
room.
do this when I'm home anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas detention in primary school, they'd put us in this hallway that was tiny. It was where the teachers led to their
They
office.
bury him in the ground.
Yeah.
Water you like plants. Because you were children, you were so small. They didn't
Yeah.
have big
It was
holes.
literally like you sit on the ground cross-legged and you stare at the wall and you do
Wow.
that for an hour.
Jesus.
And that was way worse than the high school
really
detention.
I remember in primary school there was the wall, and if you were in trouble,
They hang you on the
yeah,
wall.
you used to
That's
actually.
what Pink Floyd was singing about.
Yeah, exactly. And if you were in trouble, you had to just stare at the fucking
Yeah,
wall.
it's
Don't
pretty,
look at me, look at the wall.
Standing up, stare at the wall for the
pretty
whole lunchtime.
demoralizing.
Yeah, and then but that's in the playground, so all the kids are running past
having
you.
fun. Yeah.
Well, then no one's making fun of you because I
No,
think
no,
if you're
they're
making,
having fun while you're not.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if you
Where's
got
Marcus? He's looking at the wall.
yeah, it was. I don't think I ever got
Find
sent to the
anything
wall.
interesting on that
I think
wall,
he's been
Marcus?
watching The Ring recently.
Blair Witch Project
Exactly.
or something.
All right,
So
well,
what should this person do then?
I mean,
Just
you-
accept the...
You've learnt.
You made your bed, you need to sleep in it.
Yeah.
That's
There
it.
we go. Let's leave it there for
Suck-
Gons.
suck it up,
Marcus,
Gonzo. All right, it's me.
what's your nickname?
All right, so this nickname, I don't get many nicknames, but
Yeah.
this nickname definitely was one I didn't like for a very long time.
Yeah.
I've learned to love it now.
Yeah?
But it's Merv.
I like the Merv. I like the Merv.
Yeah, Merv. Like,
I didn't think it was going to be that. I thought it was. Can I ask you about another nickname we gave you?
Yeah.
This is we took Marcus's name and we made an anagram of it.
Oh, yeah.
We used to call him Suckram.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Suckram.
You okay with Suckram?
I've always been fine with
Suckram.
Suckram.
Suckram's alright as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, Merv, it was one of those ones my brother gave me because he's like, hey, you're a little bit like, because I was younger, I was a little bit fat. He goes, you look like Merv Hughes.
The cricketer.
Yeah. I did not realize that's what it was for a
Merv
long
Hughes had a
time.
mustache, though. Like,
Yeah.
you were a young boy without a big handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Your
Nah.
nicknames are bumming me out because people like making fun of your physical appearance.
Yeah, but that's all right. Because then eventually, like, the only people that would call it was my brothers.
Yeah.
And eventually, one of my friends, my
translated.
neighbor, it transcended to him.
Yes.
It
And
crossed
now-
the border.
And now he calls me that, which again, I'm fine with it now.
Yeah.
And all his mates call me that too. Again, I'm fine with it
That's
now.
okay, yeah, all right.
I mean, I was 5 years old when I got
Yeah,
the
right.
name. I've learned
Yes.
to live with it.
I have plenty of time.
I'm so broken by it that it no longer can hurt me.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't watch
Anyway.
cricket anymore without breaking down.
Exactly. So anyway, Merv writes in, how to tell my friend she has poor guest etiquette. I like to have dinner parties in my home, and I also attend dinner parties that my friends invite me to as well. Usually, as a show of courtesy, I bring wine or a dessert or even both as a gift to my host when I'm invited as a guest. One of my dearest friends always asks me what I'd like her to bring when attending a dinner hosted at my house. She is always good about that. I usually tell her she doesn't have to, but she insists, and she's always good to bring some nice dessert. So far, so good.
Yeah.
However, when she leaves, she always asks to take back whatever she brings. One time, she brought a dozen cupcakes. My husband and I had one each, as well as she and her date. When they left, she took the remaining 8 home for herself.
Ooh.
Then another time she brought some gelato, served everyone a scoop, then told me to remind her to get it out of the freezer before she went home.
Okay.
And so she can have it for lunch the next day, or
Yeah.
dessert of lunch. When I attend her parties, I always bring something, sometimes even more than I have to, including a main dish, once in addition to sides and a wine. I never ask for anything back. I thought she'd learn over the years from my example. I guess it never really sunk in. What should I do? Merv.
Okay, I would like to pose a question to you guys.
Yeah.
Do you think there is anything you could bring to somebody's house if they invited you that would be okay to take back? Where you would not be offended?
That would be okay to, like, leave there.
No. As in, because I think most things when you bring it to someone's house, they're nice enough to bring you into their home. You should leave what you brought. That's kind of
Yeah,
the idea,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
you
is there
imagine.
anything that, let's say you invite him to your house for dinner, and you would, because I was the best man in his wedding,
Yeah.
so that's the thing he would do.
Again, he was not.
Okay, you're getting into semantics again, Tom. I don't like that. Anyway, but let's say you invited me over.
Yeah.
Is there something I could bring, and if I was to say, you know what, Tom, that thing I brought, I want to take it home with me, that you wouldn't be offended or weirded out by?
Like a food dish?
Food dish. Food or drink.
Food or drink, food
I
or
reckon
wine.
maybe if you had a dietary requirement.
Yep.
Let's just say you're a vegan or a vegetarian or something
Okay.
like that. And, like, not that I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, look, it's specific. If you have a specific dietary, like, let's just say it's a
Yeah.
gluten-free something or other, I would say, please feel free to take it because it's obviously...
Dairy-free ice cream, for example. Let's say
Perfect
that.
example.
What if
Perfect
I
example.
brought like a bottle of scotch and we cracked it open and then I was like, oh, I want to take that with me?
I'd say
Alright.
absolutely fair enough.
I think
Really?
I would say fair enough.
okay.
I think a bottle of scotch is one of those things where like I'm not going to drink this by myself. Like if you left it,
Yeah.
I'm only going to crack it open when you're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't bring it in a, like, gift bag, though, and then be
Yeah.
like, put
Yeah.
it back in the
Yeah.
gift bag and take
If
it
it
home
was a
with you.
gift bag, that's one thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you're
Okay.
just coming around for dinner, I also think like, all right, if you bring like a big cake and it's literally just you and me, I'm like, man, you got to take some of this cake home. I'm not eating
Yeah.
all this. I'm not eating
Yeah.
all this cake
I think
with
it's
me.
Oh,
different.
yeah, give a sharing of it.
Yes,
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's different if the host offers that though.
Okay.
This person is always just like, I'm taking that.
I'm taking it back.
This is always coming with me.
The gelato, I'm bringing it with me.
And there's no exceptions.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a cupcake or if it's a punnet of ice cream.
How much of it is left
It's
as well?
always coming. Yeah, I wonder what their limit is. If there was 2 cupcakes left, would they have just left them?
Left it there. It's like, it's just 2 cupcakes, yeah.
Or like a spoonful of something. They're like, well, I'll eat it before
Yes.
I leave.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get it though. Like, I don't know. I think like it's really petty to do that.
It is.
Right?
I think
is, yeah,
it's
big time.
extremely petty to actually ask for anything back.
All I would say is like if you make something and it's in a bowl or something, you expect the bowl to come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I would say.
I think
Well,
so.
you guys have lots of house parties.
Yeah.
I would say your current domicile is the place to be when
Yeah.
it comes to party.
Yeah.
Do you ever have people coming back the next day to grab things or ask for it?
There has been occasions where, like, all right, alcohol generally.
Yes.
That's probably the prime example.
Okay.
Where we have like everyone leaves and they leave all the alcohol there, and we're just looking at it as like half empty bottles and all that. I usually am like, if people want to come back and pick it up or whatever it is, sweet,
Yeah.
take it away. But if it's there for 2 weeks, it's free game.
That's yours. That's your property.
That's
You
mine.
can't be like, oh, hey, where are those bottles of this or whatever?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'll buy you a new one or something like that. If anybody asks, no one ever does.
So you guys
So-
throw parties so often that I would feel guilty taking stuff from you. Like if I brought something,
It was like stealing from a bar.
It does, yeah. It honestly feels like this is my
Reaching over
This
the
is my
counter.
sacrifice to the party gods. Like, please take
Yeah,
this
right.
couple of bottles of beer. As I hope this suffices and
I
satiates the
sacrifice this
gods.
Midori.
We recently had a party and Damien did bring beers, and the next day, because you brought very distinctive beers,
Yeah.
and I like those beers. That's in you, and I saw them the next time. I'm like, oh, Damien forgot them.
Yeah.
Oh well, thanks, Damien. I was just like, oh well, it's mine now.
I'm glad the party gods were satisfied.
Yeah, the worst part is I didn't even get to drink that one beer because someone else drank. I was like, oh,
How long would something be at your house before you'd be like, I know that Damien left it there. I won't have a drink. Is it, like,
no, if it's like a beer, no, that's the next day. If I'm
the
drinking,
next day
if I'm
comes-
drinking a beer the next day and that's the only one
Yeah,
there, I'm
yeah.
not having it.
The party gods did throw one offering back in my face.
Right.
Not that I intentionally left it there.
Yeah.
But because I've been moving like stuff from my house,
Yeah.
I came across this giant beer glass that I got and it has 21 on there. So
yeah.
I'm 29 now.
He doesn't remember where he got it from.
Yeah.
Like,
I
well,
never
I'm
used
assuming it was his 21st birthday.
Yeah, you would think so, but who knows?
Yeah, right.
Who knows?
So I brought it to the day we had a party the other week at their house, and I brought it there with the intention of cracking it open and drinking out of it, just for the novelty of it, right?
Of course.
Completely forgot it there. And came back the next time, and I reckon as soon as I walked in the door, like, take your fucking glass back. Like, not even hello. I'm like,
leave your
yeah,
shit here.
fair.
Yeah.
Well, the next day we were cleaning up, and I'm like, "Oh, David forgot his glass." I'm
Yeah.
like, "I bet you $1,000,000 he just wanted to get rid of it."
Yeah.
No, I brought it there to party with, and then I just forgot
The
about
problem
it.
is some things have value to you, and if they don't have value, you'll be like, hey, don't forget to take this shit with you next time.
I mean, that's
I have like, there's too much clutter in here.
yeah, there was way too much clutter. But I understand, like, I can imagine some people bring things to parties with the intention of, I'm just going to leave that food up.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
Let's bring a bag of trash.
yeah. Like, I'm
Hey
not
guys,
trash.
here I am.
But you know, like sometimes people bring like a bag of like twists. Maybe it's the cheese flavor, and they don't like the cheese flavor. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, just bring it and leave it because I don't want to eat
I would
it.
not be
And
offended if anyone left cheese
I'm
twisties.
not
at my
offended
house.
usually if some people leave snacks.
Yeah.
I think in this person's situation, they are completely justified to be a little bit offended. If they're
Yeah.
a close friend,
Yeah.
and you're inviting them in, presumably you're paying for all the food and drinks that's being
Yeah.
on the night, which I'm sure you're happy to do. But if they're kind of being a bit nitpicky about taking things back, I don't
Yeah.
know. That would it wouldn't sit well with me.
How would you handle it? How would you?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't say anything.
You would just let it fester?
Like it's
You would've-
It'd
you
be a
would've
case by case basis. Cupcakes, I think I'd be a bit weirded about. But if they brought like $100 bottle of scotch, I'd
Yeah.
be like, by all means, take it with you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't expect you to
Leave
drop
the
$100
scotch.
on the table and walk away from it, type of
At
thing.
the same time, I wouldn't be bothered if they took it. I'd be like, "Oh, that was weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to do."
Yes.
But I wouldn't be like,
it wouldn't
It's
stop
not
you
going
from
to end your friendship.
"I'd be
Yeah.
like, don't invite him around.
Yeah.
He takes things back when he
Yes.
brings them.
He brings things, they're delicious, and then takes them back.
He brings the party
We
with
call
him.
him fucking doggy bag."
I think what you could do is if they're saying, "Oh, I'm going to bring that gelato home with me," so you might say, "Hey, can I just take a little bit?"
No, what are you going to do? Grab a Tupperware container and put gelato
I
in it?
would like some for my dessert the next day
Marcus is
too.
like Marcus is glad wrapping scoops of gelato.
If you're that offended by her taking it back, then just ask. Like, all right, the cupcakes, for example. Can I take one too? I'm sure she'd be like, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Or would she?
She
knows?
would have been like, there's 8 cupcakes there. You're taking one. That's 7 for me. No. I like my 8 cupcakes.
I wouldn't bother. If someone was obviously that sort of stingy in that way, I'd be
Yeah.
like, that's just them. I'd
Yeah.
probably just like rule it down to be like, that's them. That's how they are.
Yeah.
Might make fun of them behind their back.
Yes.
But never
You
say
might
anything to their
write
face.
into Yahoo Answers or the questionnaires.
Yeah. I wouldn't do anything like, I wouldn't call them out in the flesh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want to call. It's not calling him out. It's just saying, "Oh, could I have a cupcake for work as well?" It's
Yeah.
not. It's if you really want it.
But I'm a grown man. If I want a cupcake, I'll buy a cupcake.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
It was going to be like,
That's a very
I was
good
looking
point.
forward to that cupcake.
Oh, man.
And now
Yeah.
I'm fucking depressed.
Yeah, but you know what? I would do it for Messina Gelato.
Messina gelato?
Oh, that's a good.
Specifically?
Specifically the passion fruit one.
Oh, okay.
That's a winner.
Can't say I've had passion fruit Messina gelato.
Oh man, I'm not specific, guys.
It's
but,
very-
yeah, but that's
Guess what I'm doing after the podcast?
You're going to Messina?
No, I'm not actually.
Well,
Great
Tom,
idea,
if you do-
though.
If you do, get one.
All right. We'll leave it there for Merv then.
Yeah.
Now, Damien is
Damien?
next.
This is a nickname that has. I feel like it pops its head up every now and then.
Sexy legs. It's like ours are both really